For more on President Xi's trip, we return to John Gong in Beijing. He's a professor at the University of International Business and Economics and a China Forum expert. Great having you, John. And could you help our international audiences better understand what this visit means in terms of the current international context?
Well, this visit is to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the victory over the fascist forces at the end of the Second World War, as well as in China's case, the repulsion of aggression of the Imperial Japan. And this is significant in the sense that entire post-World War II rules-based international order is based on victories from this event. So clearly, it's important to continue to maintain this multilateral rules-based order against the backdrop of uncertainties and instabilities in international politics right now. So I think from that perspective, it's really important that President Xi has the courage to go to Moscow at this time and attend this great event. It symbolizes the friendship between the two countries, as well as the prospect of further cooperation between the two countries. President Xi said that he wants to take the relationship to the next level. And clearly, this is a very good beginning for taking it to the next level.
And which results are expected?
I think in terms of concrete results, there will be further economic cooperation between the two sides. Russia's economy is adopting a strategy of orienting to the Far East, which means that there will be further investment in infrastructures in the Far East, and bilateral trade between the two countries have really increased greatly over the years. It's now reached to something like $250 billion, and I think it's going to further increase this year. And President Xi also talked about people-to-people exchanges. We have a tradition of Russia and China cultural exchanges, academic exchanges for many, many years. But now I think it's going to be further strengthened and enhanced.
And how would you characterize the cooperation between the two countries?
I think it has a very unique characteristics in the sense that Russia and China are neighbors. We share a very long border. We're also great powers, being the two members of the United Nations Permanent Security Council. So I think in addition to sort of the bilateral relationship between the two countries, both countries have the responsibility to maintain and defend the multilateral system, to defend and maintain the rules-based international order. I think the two countries take the leadership in terms of reform at the UN, in terms of further representing, to increase the representation of the voices from the developing world, from the global south. I think the relationship is very unique in that sense, and I think it serves as a great example of how great power, great neighboring powers can coexist well and cooperate well against the backdrop of a lot of uncertainties in the world right now.
And how may China's recent economic stimulus impact other countries like Russia?
Well, I think China's economy is clearly starting to recover. Statistics are indicating that things are getting better in the first quarter of 2025. GDP growth was reported at 5.4%. I think especially in the service sectors, we just came out of the Labor Day long weekend. The numbers are. Statistics are showing pretty strong expenditures by Chinese consumers. So this is all very good for international companies that are interested in tapping the Chinese market. We are the largest or the second largest consumer market in the world, and the service sector is poised to further growth greatly in the months to come. So I think this provides a lot of opportunities for companies and for countries to tap into the Chinese market. And when we talk about service, Chinese tourism going into other countries represents a great opportunities. This is actually exports from the other country's perspective. And I think in this regard, Russia is a great country to visit for Chinese tourists. I don't see many Chinese tourists going to Russia these days. If you take a flight from say Moscow to Beijing, or from Vladivostok to Beijing, you see most of the tourist passengers are Russians, and I think that has to change. Chinese tourists are very much interested in visiting Russia.
And John, what do you expect next among the two countries?
I would expect that at a political level, both countries will further coordinate their policies. In dealing with major challenges in the world right now, and also from economic perspective, I think things have been enhanced trade and investment. Russia is in the process of reindustrializing itself, essentially. It also emphasizes the role of manufacturing, and also wants to build great infrastructures in the Far East. These are all great opportunities for Chinese companies. I would expect that further investment from China's side in Russia is going to continue.
John Gong, thank you very much.
Thank you.